Okay, so this is Sephiroth sacrifice deck probably. You know what? Maybe we just keep drawing swamps forever. That might be the play. I think we attack and we see what happens. We need to be careful about our life total because our opponent will drain us with zero mercy. Like, this will hurt. Sephiroth is, in 2 turns, so we can do this right now. Okay, I think Eaten Alive is really good for them. Those creatures can die very nice. I will go for this. Because if they cannot solve Cecil, we have pressure. And 3 mana for it is a ton. Like, they don't want to take the whole turn 3 just to answer 1-drop. So this guy gives us a little bit of time then. I think we have to go for Annex, man. Like, we need more cards. Like, right now we are a little bit low on them. So this will be a chance for our opponent to remove it with Legion to Ashes, but then they cannot attack easy. So we are not aggressive right now. And we will go to 10 very quickly. Oh, this is scary. Our opponent will have a nice window to try to go for a lethal on us. Let's see if they decide on this play. I think they should. This card is so incredibly scary. But they actually don't make any progress here. They cannot attack. So we kinda trade the turns here. Which means that now we can go Unholy Annex or go for the Preacher. Don't forget they can play Kaya and exile something. So I think we go for this. And the next turn, when we do 2 extra cards, we'll just try to go for the Demon. There's no point in attacking. We need to force them to... I think they can -2, right? Sacrifice this. I'm not sure if that's exile or sacrifice. I don't want to highlight Kaya. Tapland. Ooh, that's a very painful turn to use it on. So that means Kaya is off the table. Maybe we get extra turn. Man, I actually have high hopes for this card right now. We can force them to sacrifice a ton, and even though they like sacrificing stuff, I mean, losing creatures is never great. So we can trade 1 for 1, it's probably a good deal for us. Death Touch is kinda amazing. Let's see if they go for the freebooter for the Treasure and Scry. They still lose a creature. You know, it's a reason why I usually don't play this card, but it can be good in some decks. In this deck, it actually helps you to set up, but you need some value engine on top of this, because this gives you tempo and some, nice tempo, but as you can see, it's just 1 card in the hand, and they need more. Alright, we could go for Preacher into Go for the Throat, force them to use Kaya. I like this play, I think this is a decent play. We can go to 10, it's fine. And next time we can also play the God, and that might be our finisher. Alright. The draws from the top will be incredibly important, because we are like super close to each other. Annex is carrying us, but at the same time, if they answer it or deal too much damage, we might be in some serious trouble. They will probably sacrifice this. Alright, now we can read. Exile target... Okay, so this is an exile effect. This is not amazing, because they don't want to exile this. Perfect. Oh, but maybe they can sacrifice? Okay, I'm not sure if they have a window to sacrifice the creature with Bartholomew, because this is a target. So I'm not sure how it works, to be honest. So this is the moment where we can get rid of this. Because there are no creatures right now on the board. This will turn into a creature, I believe. But only for 1 turn, I believe, if I remember correctly, until end of turn. Yeah, so not the biggest deal. And now we can drop the God, or just go Sanctuary, because it has haste. And they are tapped, so they cannot remove it. I think on this turn it's so much better to have haste and get rid of the Planeswalker. And with this we can solve the game, because they probably cannot answer it easily without Kaya. We are taking some... Oh, we're not taking damage, we have a demon. Alright, so this is a really nice setup. They still have 2 cards, so they might try to fight back. They definitely can fight back. Well, those are the cards. Alright, but we still have the God. And it has... Man, I didn't expect such a powerful play. So we will sacrifice only 1 creature. And they will sacrifice... What? It's rounded down. So they sacrifice only the freebooter. But it's indestructible, it helps a ton. I think we just attack with Cecil. and we see what happens. If they trade, they still sacrifice one creature because they have two non-god creatures. And we can flip it, so... Alright, I guess they went for it. Okay, so with Cecil, with lifelink, I actually will go for the demon. I think it's better. I will tap Sanctuary, 100%. It's just the question, is that demon or god? But this way we can still have both options open. If we don't tap Sanctuary, we can only go for the Ritual Chamber. That was a good hit, man. That was really nice. Let's go for the demon, because I actually win on board, which is something I did not expect against this deck, so we don't need the sweeper right now. They can scry. This is a bit of a sign of desperation, because the next draw that they have needs to be really good. They will die in like 2 turns right now. Alright. Let's see the draw. I didn't pay attention if that was on top, or if that's on top, that's what they wanted. On the bottom, that means that's a random card. Sephiroth. Alright, they can do some stuff here. With Sephiroth, they can start sacrificing the Voice of Victory tokens. The problem is they need to attack with it. I don't think they sacrificed 4 creatures. Alright, it has to be not 4 creatures, but the 4th time this ability triggered on Sephiroth. And Sephiroth is not in the board, so we get the good stuff. I mean, they will sacrifice whatever we block, by the way. So we are not getting the lifelink. I mean, we just go with this. Not the biggest deal, they will sacrifice both. We don't get lifelink. But at the same time, they don't get Sephiroth trigger. So I think we are getting more and more ahead right now. And they cannot really break the board right now. With Cecil, Sanctuary and Demon, we can actually force them to block, I believe. So they get the card. Our opponent is playing like best they can in the situation. But you can clearly tell that they lack value. They just don't have the cards to make the impact that they need. But they're still fighting. It's close, it's close. They might still get back. So if we swing with all, which is probably the play. If I play this, I have to sacrifice 1 creature. Oh, this is a god! I forgot this is a god, so we just need to sacrifice 1 creature. But it's still too much. We will swing and see what the reaction is. Don't forget, this is 13 damage, so it's literally lethal, and with Cecil ability, they actually can block only Cecil with, you know, good value. Alright, that's 10 damage. And this one is indestructible, of course. Alright, so we could force them to sacrifice 1 of the creatures. This way they don't have the engine. I actually think we are going for it. I think we go for Cecil. We just need Demon so we can drain them, because they're back to 1. And now they will get some triggers from Sephiroth, but not enough to flip. So we go with Cecil. You served us well, thank you. But now the real god is taking over. And we get some counters, which will definitely help. So they will recover just a little bit, but still they need to survive the whole turn against this board and Annex. And our hand is glorious, isn't it? But man, the art on those Lancer is just amazing. And this time we are playing against Is It? Prowess, and we start with a good old Duress. Obviously we go for Monstrous Rage, because this card apparently is pretty good. A little bit better than the other cards in the deck. And our opponent is of course going with Swift Spear, and I'm super excited at this point because I can win the board with the wall, so the Swift Spear cannot really attack easily, and then they are kinda forced to play Hatcher into this, which means that we will get a very nice discard tag. I'm super happy about this Duress right now. So we get rid of the Hatcher, which is incredibly annoying card if you cannot kill it instantly, and now we know at least that we hit Burst Lightning, and we actually hit even better Talent, because of course Burst Lightning is not a permanent advantage, so we just go for the permanent stuff, and now they can still hit once, but I'm just ultra excited about the fact that if they use Burst Lightning, that means they just deal 1-time damage, they don't get anything because then we won't block, and if they, you know, just swing, you know, like they are not getting anything permanently, and the pump on Swift Spear will get, you know, will vanish on the next turn. So then they need to cast spells just to try to go into trade. And of course we can just kill it. Right now I'm not sure if I should go for Virtue of Persistence. There is one draw of Monstrous Rage that will get this creature to 4 toughness, and I'm like, I will take this risk because taking Monstrous Rage from the top is pretty low chance, even they have 4 off in every single deck because, you know, card is pretty good, so we always play maximum amount, always. And I took the risk, and our opponent actually doesn't have Monstrous Rage, so they're losing creature, and now we have go for the throw. We don't have a way to close the game here, so it's like not over, and I was like feeling super ahead until this dropped. The second of the red cards. Cory skill cut. I mean, skill cutter kinda fits, you know, and our opponent with this draw actually can get incredibly ahead soon, so I stopped feeling comfortable. We were really winning this game until Cory. And now it's like, we will see, because it can go both ways. Cecil is not super amazing though, but it's still a draw that matters. So basically what we are trying to do here is try to stall the game for a few turns. We either get to Virtue of Persistence, either we hit Odin or Annex, Demons and start life gaining. So if we draw lands, it's just going into, you know, the 7 drops. At some point those lands will pay off, and if we draw a non-lands, that's probably something we can cast instantly. It's super important that our opponent couldn't chain enough opts to start triggering Cory, and I'm pretty happy that they were in full top deck mode, because that means generally 2 draws before they can get the free creature. Bloodletter is not the draw I wanted really, but you know, something that matters. It's a chunky creature, pretty expensive, so fills our mana pretty good on this turn. And I could go way more aggressive and try to finish the game, but I was like, I'm pretty sure they actually cannot kill us from this. This position is so strong defensively that we probably just keep hitting clans and stuff, and over time we just, you know, outvalue them. And I'm like super happy with the Odin on this turn, because that means on the next turn I either draw a land, in which case I play Odin and we are incredibly ahead, or I draw a non-land, in which case I play the new card. So this is a good situation. We got the bat, actually not the best draw, but good enough that we can, you know, try to mess their hand. I expected it to die, and I'm like, wow, that's Cory's skill cutter. And you know, I was like, maybe I should get another card, and then I thought, well, the other cards are not Cory, so that's an easy choice. Always pick Cory against non-Cory cards, and it indeed proved to be a good choice here. So they can, you know, do a lot. They can trigger those Corys, get them back, but this, for example, Burst Lightning is so awkward for our opponent. They have to do it, but at the same time, that was the first spell, which means that if they play Cory's Steel Cutter right now, they don't get to the chance to cast second spell, because Cory is the second spell and it cannot trigger before it's in the board. So they actually have to wait one more turn just to get the value. So right now I'm going a little bit aggressive, because that forces a lethal potentially on the next turn with Cecil and Bloodletter. And you know, go for the throat is not crazy amazing, because obviously with Cory you cannot trade 1-for-1 ever, because they just get free stuff every turn. However, we are so close to closing the game that there is a chance that they won't get too many creatures out of them. They can still trigger once a turn, so you know, if we kill them on the next turn, that will be the only trigger they get. But you can see the board is starting to go completely crazy already. I don't know the last card. They have the Wild Ride or whatever the name is, that pumps the power of a creature and gives it haste and has flashback, I believe. And I'm like, alright, if I kill it, they probably don't have too many plays. We are going for the first go for the throat. I would play differently if I had one, but we had 2 of them. So the first one can be wasted. I didn't really expect Spell Pierce here, and I'm like, I think it doesn't matter too much, because they still cannot kill us. Swing is only for like 12 or something damage, or maybe 15. So it's not lethal, and they still, yeah, one of the creatures dies, so it's definitely not 15 even. And that means we don't even need to block. We can go for literally 4 damage, which gets doubled with Bloodletter, and I'm like, just to make sure I don't die to like Cecil trigger or something super weird, so I'm just double counting everything to make sure that if I take this damage, it's what, 11, I go to 8, I hit them with Cecil and Bloodletter, and then I go to, what, 6 or something. So we still don't lose, it's good enough. Odin can be cast, but of course we don't need to be defensive anymore, we can just win the game. Here I could go with the wall, but we are perfectly lethaling our opponent just like this. And I was like a few days ago, wait, this is looking great. Alright, so we are talking about lands, so probably I'm way too excited over, you know, this kind of stuff. So what do we do? Let's go with Cecil. This seems to be a very defensive deck, so we probably want to go into 10 and flip it. Let's go with Bat. Even if it dies, we will get some really important information. This plays split ups probably. So alright. Felidar's Retreat is a huge information. This can kill the Bat, so we kinda feel forced into it, I guess. Okay, so later we'll play Preacher on the next turn and try to draw cards. No, we actually make a token because we lose life. This, man, this is problematic because it draws cards. Seal from Existence, man, this feels like a must. I think we go with it just because, you know, it obviously hits on curve. So this way we at least mess up something. Demolition Field won't have targets. Are you serious? Oh my god, like, the whole gameplay was like, alright, if they have split up and they obviously play it, I will just discard it. Well, I didn't expect that they hit it on top of the library. Alright, this is problematic right now, so I think we have to go into Preacher. And because if we drop Annex, it gets exiled instantly. So unfortunately, man, this is incredibly good for them. That was... That was really good draw from the top, man. There's nothing I can do to prevent this one. This is good. We wanted to bait it out so we can set up the Annex. Land from the top is amazing, absolutely amazing. Because now we can double spell, so we can put pressure while also setting up the card advantage. They will go really high on the life total because we are going to play a ton of creatures. Alright, Case. Double case, bro, this will be absolutely legendary live game. So we swing. We can actually flip it on the next turn. We will soon have to go for demons. So I can take a lot of cards and try to go into demon route. If they don't have, if they don't draw removal, this will work. But if they draw removal, we might die. Preacher. Preacher doesn't do much. I will go for this road. And I will even attack. We will go down to 10 already on this turn, but then we flip Cecil, and hopefully it can get us back. This is a demon, a nice draw. But of course we have Ritual Chamber here. Well, they got a Pride Might. Alright, we'll see. This is something we could block with Cecil. Right, we play this. I think we go for the demon. This is so important right now. It cannot block, unfortunately, on this turn, so we will have to tank single hit with Cecil. Let's go, let's go. But at least we are life gaining instead of losing life, so maybe they cannot get it to 14 on this turn, I guess. Even with double authority and double case, it might take a moment. Alright. You know what? I think we can just try to outvalue them. If we can set up with a demon, this gives us so many options and we can kill all of those creatures. They cannot really attack because of the death. Man, you can see why I like Cecil so much. It's a 1-drop that is trading against 8/8 2-drop. And this is their main payout for the strategy. So now we can start removing big stuff, which gives us a lot of time, and that's super important. And I think I will try to mess with them a little bit. The classic. Let's go, let's go. They will get the life gain, but we get rid of all the value. And until they kill this bat, they cannot get their Felidar's Retreat. And I forgot I can play lands on my turns. Let's start hitting. And this will, bro, this is going quickly. Like, we will actually kill them in like 2 or 3 turns. From close to 30. Odin. Odin is amazing, man. Whatever they play, we just kill it. We force, potentially win on the next turn. And we have clear board, and we can even draw cards. Odin is pretty decent value card, man. You're getting so much stuff, and the fact that it instantly kills something just is such a big deal. Like, look at this. And the next turns are just simply better than the first one. So we can literally win on the next turn. That's a lot of triggers, by the way. Alright, they might actually lose to Odin. And it's pretty solid stat, like 5 damage is a lot. It can trade against most of the stuff. I don't need the wall here, like, bro, 2 cards? Okay, I will keep Virtue because it life gains and gives us chance to, you know, get infinite value. Essence Channeler, a very strong card, but probably not good enough for now. We can probably kill it, swing with Odin, and you know what? I think we deserve an Odin kill. Yep, they are reading. They are reading. Let's go to combat phase. We attack only with this guy, and we swing for glorious lethal. Well, for this game, I forgot to turn on the microphone because it's very, very hard, I promise you. And we are playing against mono-red player, and the upside of this is that I can tell you already, you will kinda love this game. This will be very hilarious one, because we are facing a mythic mono-red player, and right now they are in a really rough spot. They are on the play with the red stuff. However, we have Cecil, and you can see me excited. And I, at this point, cannot understand what's up with Sorcery Speed Monstrous Rage. And I was like, why would you play it? I don't understand this play. I have no idea what is going on. And now they are playing at Sorcery Speed Shock on a creature of 3 toughness, and now we don't block because, by the way, we have Death Touch, so if we block, we still get the trait. So I just ignored all of this. They dealt 7 damage, which I'm excited about right now, and they actually wasted all of the cards, all of the pump, and they have nothing. Now we can untap, get into 2 mana, and go for the throw the creature, meaning that we actually win the board right now. I'm not attacking because we need to be defensive, but with, you know, go for the throat, we can actually get rid of the creature when they finally pump it, and now they probably need to pump it, otherwise it just loses the trait. And our opponent is still playing Sorcery Speed Monstrous Rage. I actually don't understand what is going on. I've seen the same play yesterday. Maybe it got nerfed, alright? Maybe now Monstrous Rage is Sorcery Speed, at least for mono-red players that, you know, don't have too much contact with this card, so they are probably not very familiar with how it works. It's not like you play this in 4-off in every deck. And our opponent literally scooped the Preacher because they have no board pressure, and that was it. Well, definitely too many lands for start. But we have Cecil, and Cecil gives you so many options. Man, this is probably my favorite one-drop from the whole set. So, alright, we definitely want to Duress and see what's up. What the deck is. Helping Hand. Oh, Oculus. Oh, that will hurt. I think we have to try to go with Cecil for now. Because we can get rid of Oculus, and if we can flip it, maybe we can deal enough damage with it, so, you know, we do the big stuff. They cannot cast it yet or discard it. Okay. We could get rid of it, or we can set up the Preacher. I will attack and then set up the Preacher. It's a risky play, but if we do it right and they don't draw in this card and this something that instantly answers it, and they shouldn't, we will be very ahead, especially that it hits the curve. So this is 3-drop and this is double 2-drop, which goes perfectly on turn 4. So this is way better play, but it still can be punished with a perfect draw. So hopefully that's not the case. Right now they cannot cast Oculus because they don't have enough cards and they have no way of discarding it for 0 mana. Alright, we got to the good spot. We get the token with Preacher. Do we want to do some... I think we just go with Virtue here. So if I do this, I draw a card. I like drawing cards. I know, nobody knew. Because then, now we have more life than our opponent. At least when we attack, because Cecil will hit. Having extra cards is so nice, man. We will be fighting for resources, and soon we will flip Cecil, which will help a ton. Now they are really tight on the mana. We got rid of all the engines that were supposed to, you know, cheat some value for them. And this is fine. This is fine. They're not having enough pressure and they're at 10. And we can kill one of the creatures when they start defending. I kinda want to keep this for Oculus, but we will see. Maybe we play it differently. We still draw cards because we have less life than our opponent. I could also get rid of this. We are risking Oculus, but maybe we can just go directly into Ritual Chamber. I like this play, let's go. And let's see if they have interaction. Nope. Alright, I think we are really good here. Absolutely Sanctuary. We swing. And this will flip Cecil as well. Oh man, we can play it on the next turn. Alright, that's great. Now let's drop the demon. We get a huge board, so right now they cannot contest the board. They kinda need to start playing removal, in which case they won't have their own board. So I think they're cooked. I think that's it. Because they cannot do all of those things at the same time. If they had Oculus in the graveyard, then maybe. As you can see, they are getting solid card advantage, they have nice tricks, but we just overwhelm them on so many fronts that on one they will break. And they need to defend on all of the fronts. Card advantage, damage that goes indirectly, and the board. And they just cannot do all of this. And this might be Omniscience, so I would really, really love to draw my Lantern so I can win the game, please. Oh, I fear we might not draw our Lantern to win the game, please. So let's see what the play is. Yep, feels like Omniscience deck like 100%. Yep, please give me my Lanterns. They are here for a reason. Like, I literally included them only for this matchup. They are useful in many matchups, but this is the one that you absolutely cannot play without, you know, graveyard hate. Because, you know, they just win on turn 4, and you won't kill them fast enough. That's unfortunate, but of course, one of the ways our opponent is defending against our small stuff. So we can go for Preacher or Aclazotz. Aclazotz kills faster, but this, I think this is actually better. Because if we can draw a card, bro, we are both at 16. So if we swing, we get both token and the card advantage. And we can even kill the blocker. But we don't need to, of course, we just need attack trigger. And even if they bounce with Dispersal, we can still get the stuff. We could even mess it up a little bit. I will. I don't want them to survive. And they went a little bit greedy. Bro, come on. So they can, bro, they have all the options. Triple removal on 15 cards. That's so over the line. They don't have Omniscience. So they can scroll shift the lockdown and actually get rid of all of our small stuff, including the bat. They cannot cast it now, and they probably don't want to waste the whole turn on this. So I think it's not scroll shift. There's no point in going Disperse. Maybe we just go Marang and hope that they cannot find the missing piece? I actually don't know, guys. I have no idea. They have so many options that whatever I take, they will just find the other parts easily. So I think we can replay the Preacher. Like, we know what will happen, they will bounce it. But now we are getting card and also a token, so that really helps us. I want to find this Lantern Man. That's fine. We're not killing it in response to prevent the surveil, it's not worth it, especially that we are low on value. Man, I think I have to find the Lantern. Alright, double surveil to the graveyard. Oh. That can give us Lantern. And we know that they cannot counter it on this turn. I will take it. If we can get to a single Lantern, this gives us way more time. We need to be careful of lockdown. They can flip it, lockdown, and it exiles Lanterns. Alright, see, card advantage is starting to make a difference. Duress, please. Thank you. Now they have all the mana open, so they can cast something right now. Scroll shift. Okay. They will draw a card first. And they will get the Awakening back, so one of the combo pieces. But this is their premium play. They got rid of it, and we also get to hit the new card. And they, of course, hit their own stuff, but it doesn't matter too much. So let's see what they got. Double Awakening. I think it's Dragonstorm. At this point, we probably cannot prevent their animation. I don't think we'll hit another Duress before that. So we will go with the Demon. They can disperse it, but then they cannot double cast. I want them to not double cast, basically. And you know what? Bloodletter actually deals more damage? No, we want this, because they don't know about Aclazotz. Which means that if we play it, we can... I think we kill them on the next turn. So if they make any risky play, like main phasing this into like Chorus Surveillant, so they cannot cast Dispersal, we literally kill them on the next turn. So I think that's a good upside. They don't have Omniscience, they don't have it even in the hand, and they paid 3 mana for this. That's nice for us, man. Oh no. Not like they literally survived it. Oh no. I cannot deal enough damage on this turn. I needed literally one more turn. I think our game plan was good, but they just drew it, you know? The best counterplay to every strategy, just draw the card. With this, I don't think we'll be quick enough. Attacking creatures so they can still bounce the Sanctuary. I think this is the best we can do, guys. I think this is the best we can do. It won't be enough probably, but we'll see. I mean, it won't be good enough. Like, we needed to hit lanterns, or we needed them to not hit the combo literally from, you know, the top. Because they actually did not invest anything except the survey. But, you know, that's why this is in the deck. They have double omniscience, so go for the throat would not change anything. They will play Marang and probably try to draw. I will wait because sometimes they can mess next draws. It happens rarely, but I played with this deck and sometimes you actually cannot chain enough value. So they're surveilling land from the top, so as you can see they don't hit the next value card. Oracle. Draw a card, it's only one card. This surveils too, but it doesn't draw. They only have this card that does something. Oh, I guess they can... Okay, that's fair. They get one more draw. They surveil both on the bottom or on to the graveyard, so that means the top card is not a value card. Okay, they have this and this. They need to hit something in 3 cards. If they do, they will start chaining forever. That's it. Well, guys, we went 6-3 with this deck, so I'm pretty happy with officially beat the Mythic ladder, and I hope you enjoyed it, and really thank you for all the amazing, you know, feedback and support with the, you know, with the standard video when we are talking about the Pro Tour situation. If you didn't check it out, it's pretty fire, and really thank you guys for being so awesome, sharing your thoughts. I read all the comments, all right? So if you posted it, I read it, so really thank you. We'll be making content like this if there's, you know, anything important to talk about, and I'm super happy that you guys enjoyed, you know, my thoughts on this. So huge thank you, you rock, and thank you to all the patrons that allow us to make this content every single day, sometimes even twice a day. All right, that was a really long day, but I'm so happy we did it and you guys enjoyed it. So thank you for watching, and see you guys tomorrow.